All right, let's take a look at what we got going on here. What is this?
Many of the zones and outlands are broken, war-torn husks of a world that was once whole. Zangarmarsh, on the other hand, tells a different story.
All right.
The dense mushroom-filled swamp flourishes with hostile alien life unlike anything we've seen on Azeroth. But the ecological wonder is isolated from the havoc of Outlands. Slowly, the land's resources are being harvested by invaders with devious motives, and every moment the conflict between forces grows more and more hostile.
Well, they're dangerous. They're Naga. Like, they're like fucking sea monsters,
Before we discover what is bringing Zangarmarsh to his downfall and all the enemies that we must face,
it's the mushrooms.
Let's discover the zone's ancient origins.
Thank you for 5 subs. I appreciate that, man.
Back when Outlands was Draenor,
the
what
water?
we call Zangarmarsh was under the sea.
Yeah.
The Zangar Sea faced the western border of the continent, and similar—
Remember back whenever we thought this was actually going to be content in WoD? You guys remember that? Dude, those were the days, man. Remember whenever they announced WoD and we thought that there was going to be content in the expansion? That was going to be crazy, dude. It's too bad that didn't happen.
Outcroppings of gigantic mushrooms could be found on multiple shorelines all around the continent. The origin of this fungi comes from a trio of very big guys called the Spore Mounds. These incredibly large elemental creatures consumed everything in sight with lush, invasive forests. The 3 Spore Mounds were Zang, Nanu, and Botan, and all were defeated by a mountain brought to life called Grond. Nanu's body created the—
Holy shit, that's crazy. I had no fucking idea about any of this. Nanu, Grond. No, this is like, you know Grond, he's in Gorgorond. That's the name, Gorgorond. Because he's really big.
And jungle. Botan's corpse fostered life for an island known as Farallon. Still pissed we never got to see that in WoD. And
unfinished island from WoD. Wait, that's what it was going to be? No, that wasn't going to be Farallon.
And finally, Zang's created the Zangar Sea.
Oh, I wonder, yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Thousands of years later,
when the Orcish warlock Ner'zhul ripped open portals all around Draenor, the world would be ripped apart through space and time and utterly destroyed and turned into the Outlands that we know today.
Of course.
But while all of the other areas of Draenor turned into uninhabitable wastelands, miraculously, the dense swamp of Zangarmarsh thrived.
They closed the Steak and Shake that I waited in front of whenever I waited with my mother on the Burning Crusade release night. Sometimes I see BC, man, and I get so fucking sad. No one asked? Yes, you did by watching my motherfucking stream, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Let's watch the video. It's loud. It's loud.
Not only was Zangarmarsh a cradle of life, but it was also a place of refuge for the less fortunate races. High above the mushroom caps, the defeated Draenei found safety in the monastery of Tel'Rador.
Wow.
Many of the Draenei afflicted by demonic corruption transformed into the Malform Broken. The strength of the light abandoned these twisted creatures, so they needed to find new avenues of power. Tel'Rador was a place where Broken can find peace within themselves.
These are basically withered Draenei. I wish that they had like a fucking thing whenever you entered into a zone. Like, what if Blizzard had like a partnership program thing where whenever you entered into a zone, it would give you a link for you to watch a video like this and fucking play the video and show people what the zone is about. I think that'd be fucking badass. Because like this lore, like I didn't know anything about the fucking the ancients or anything like that. And like this kind of stuff, I'd like it. Yeah, it'd be awesome, man. Like, I would love to see that shit happen. And just, like, more ways for Blizzard to actually, like, tell the story of the lore. I genuinely think that these videos are fucking amazing. I love these videos.
themselves once again by practicing the ways of shamanism. Many of the quests in this hub relate to foraging for food because Telrador is on the brink of starvation.
Shit.
It is for this reason that this town does not have any food vendors, which is very uncharacteristic for a questing hub like this.
Wow.
Instead, they just have a bunch of hookahs lying around, so, I
what
guess
the
that's how they
fuck?
have
I didn't
fun.
even know that. That is insane. That's so much detail.
Meanwhile, on the ground floor of the swamp is where the unique race called the Sporelings reside.
Yeah.
This curious race originates from the spore mound mentioned earlier called Botan. The once simple-minded Sporelings derived nutrients from the corpse of this creature and evolved into the much more sophisticated creatures we know today.
Wow.
The spawning glen is where new Sporelings are born from these bizarre balloon-like sacs.
I hate that
while
quest.
the Sporelings call
So fucking
Zangarmarsh
annoying.
home, it's anything but safe.
Oh my god, dude. Damn.
Zangarmarsh may seem like a safe haven for some, but the wildlife of the swamp has become more and more aggressive with each passing day. Spore walkers loom over the marshes in search of prey,
dangerous.
and they can shoot laser beams from their eyes. Spore bats harvest.
I like how that's just a little bonus. Like, oh, and by the way, they can also shoot laser beams. Like, just in case you weren't paying attention, yeah, they can do that too. Surprise, bitch.
The natural fauna around them to create deadly toxins, and you would not believe your eyes, there are also like 10 million fireflies. And while these creatures are typically hostile, their aggression has only been heightened.
You have to kill every single one of them for the pet.
Is dying because of the enemies we want dead. In the northwest, the Zangarmarsh tribe of the Blade's Edge Mountains
so the ogres are ruining
harvesting
everything.
the land for all it's worth. But that's nothing compared to the overwhelming power of the Coilfang tribe.
Wow.
The Coilfang are a subsect of Illidan's forces, and Illidan himself claimed almost all of the Outlands. While Illidan and his forces captured places like Shadowmoon Valley with military control, the Coilfang are slowly choking the life out of Zangarmarsh through industrial means by pumping all of the water out of the swamp and hoarding it for their own.
So it's like, this is like global warming or something like that, you know? You have like all the technology and it's killing the earth. This is like so much more deep than I thought it was. Like, my understanding of what Zangarmarsh was like, there's some Draenei, and there's some bad boys, and the Draenei want us to kill the bad boys, and so we gotta kill them. Like, that's really all there is to it to me. And so hearing all this is amazing.
This blatant disregard for the swamp's environment has caused it to deteriorate with each passing day, and the leader of this operation is Lady Vashj,
fucking
a sea
bitch
witch with very extensive history.
Fucking bitch. Oh, it's Ashara. Alright, dude.
Back when Queen Azshara was the ruler of the elves, Lady Vashj was one of her handmaidens.
Of course.
Vashj was obsessed with the beauty of her queen, but what made her so unique was her feline-like eyes she had for no particular reason.
Wait.
Girl! Oh my god!
What is this, like, fucking anime girl shit? Jesus Christ.
After the destruction of the Well of Eternity,
that's what's called
Azshara
the
and her
Sundering.
followers sunk into the depths of the ocean and were transformed into the Naga by N'Zoth.
Oh, shit. That is pretty fucking cool. That was a really good cinematic, too.
Betrayer. In truth, it was I who was betrayed.
There it is, dude. There it is, dude.
Lady Vashj and her legion of Naga will
that was
remain
such a
in the
good
dark
cinematic.
depths
I love
of
this
the
one.
ocean for the next thousands of years until Illidan summoned them to his aid. The reason for Illidan summoning the Naga is because Kil'jaeden, the second in command of the Burning Legion, told Illidan that he'd make him super strong if he destroyed the Frozen Throne. In order to help Illidan with this task, he summoned the Naga from the depths of the ocean.
This is the
Now,
Frozen
the
Throne
Naga didn't
cinematic, right? I'm pretty sure it
particularly
was.
like Illidan or his mission, so their reason for joining him was because the turmoil of a war against the Lich King would be perfect to allow them to summon the old gods without much disruption.
What the fuck?
Illidan and Lady Vashj's forces were defeated
What?
moments before they could destroy the Frozen Throne by the biggest asshole in Warcraft, Malfurion. He thought that if his brother Illidan had such immense power that it would be dangerous to the world.
Oh my
This
god.
made Illidan very sad, and he was banished to the Outlands to scour for new places to call home, while Lady...
That was so stupid, dude. Where they got rid of Illidan just for no fucking reason. They just kicked up... They kicked out Illidan. And after Illidan just had to eat the skull of Gul'dan to save, it was like fucking Ashenvale or something like that. And then the one thing that his brother does is he just cucks him and steals Illidan's girlfriend. It wasn't really his girlfriend, but like, you know, basically it's like, yeah, well, she's mine now, and fuck you, get out of here, Illidan. Like, that was so shitty.
Vashj found an ally in Kael'thas and his Blood Elf followers. Kael'thas and Vashj then ventured to the Outlands, and by this point they're kind of just Illidan's quirky sidekicks, and they help defeat
and really do a whole
Paragon
lot.
at the Black
Let's be
Temple.
real.
Your power is vast. Are you an agent of the Legion? Have you been sent to test me?
Yep.
Kil'jaeden then shows up and says, hey,
He's big.
go attempt to destroy the Frozen Throne again. Illidan, being the failure that he is, loses once again, and him and his sidekicks flee back to the Outlands, and this is where...
Dude, that cinematic was so fucking awful, man. That was the biggest fucking disappointment of a cinematic I'd ever seen in my life. So garbage.
Now you might be wondering, how is venturing into the Outlands and setting up a base there helping Lady Vashj with the whole summoning the old gods plan?
Because she's crazy.
Got a question? For that, I have 3 words. Burning, crusade, writing. Okay, now let's move on.
Hey, it is what it is.
Is life. It has become a rare commodity here in Outland.
Yeah, nobody has any idea.
A commodity that we alone shall control.
Oh, shit.
We are the Highborn, and the time has come at last for us to retake our rightful place in the world.
Lady Vashj has started an industrial-grade operation to suck out all of the water from Zangarmarsh to control Outland's resources, or create a sick-ass water park.
Probably the water park.
Really found out.
If it was during BFA, it would have been the water park. I mean, like, they have so much goofy shit in this game, man. So much goofy-ass shit. There's nothing else really to say about it besides that. There's so much dumbass shit. It'd be like the Dark Moon Fair. They already have like one roller coaster in the game. Might as well have another one. I'm so impressed by how much of this lore and everything, like, I had no idea about. Like, usually when I thought that I had an understanding of this, but I really didn't. And that's what's so cool about watching this video.
What we do know is she has also enslaved many of the Outlands races to help in this operation, so she must be stopped. So with the help of the Cenarian expedition, a group of druids looking to mend the damage done to Zangarmarsh, adventurers travel into the humid depths of the Serpent Shrine lair and deliver a swift end to Lady Vashj and her operations.
It was not swift at all, dude. Like, if you guys did Lady Vashj progression, you had that macro that would throw the core at somebody, and every single time somebody would get the core that wasn't supposed to get the fucking core, and they would be confused, they wouldn't know what to do, and they'd just die. Yeah, you have the core, throwing the tainted core. Oh my fucking god. It was the most frustrating shit in the entire world.
Lord Illidan.
Fuck them, dude.
I am sorry.
Yeah, bitch. That's what you get.
You know, that's kind of the end of Lady Vashj. We never hear from her again. She's dead forever, and... Wait. Who's coming in Shadowlands? Oh my god.
Okay. Oh, shit. There she is. Yeah, they're bringing them back. Bringing her back, actually. I'm not surprised about that. It makes sense, obviously. They're going to bring her back. She didn't really have much of a story or anything really to go with her, so that's fine. Yeah, this is a good video. I like this one a lot.